Waterman League, established in 2009, debuted as the first professional league for stand-up paddle surfing and racing, propelling this once considered trend into the spotlight as a premier professional water sport. The Stand-Up Paddle World Series, which encompasses both long and short distance stand-up paddle racing, attracts the top athletes of the sport worldwide to compete at various stops. Since its inception, Hawaii natives Kai Lenny and Connor Baxter have dominated the racing events, trading off wins at each stop, setting new standards for stand-up paddle competition, as well as fueling a healthy rivalry that continues to grow. The first stop headed to Barcelona, a new location for the 2015 competition. Connor Baxter, the defending world champion, came out of the gates aggressively, taking wins in both the sprint and long-distance events.
Thought it was going to be closer. I looked back on the upwind leg and I saw I had a huge gap, so I just put my head down and didn't let up until the finish.
While Kai Lenny had a disappointing start in the distance race, he rallied in the sprints to finish second overall in the event. CANDICE APPLEBY, a new face in the Stand-Up Paddle World Series, turned heads as she took first in both the long distance and the sprint races. Angela Jackson, who finished second overall in 2014, showed up in top form, taking second in Barcelona.
Angela and I went back and forth in the beginning, and then she got me pretty good in the first downwind leg. I had to work really hard to catch up to her.
Next, the series headed to Japan, where Connor came out of the gate solid once again, taking the long-distance win, and Kai came in a close second. The sprints, though, were a different story, as Kai put on a clinic and dominated the competition, while Connor faltered. Kai took the overall win in Japan, evening the score with one win each. CANDICE APPLEBY, determined to prove that Barcelona was not a fluke, dominated again in both the sprints and long distance, while up-and-comer Fiona Wild claimed third. Then the Stand-Up Paddle World Series went on to the U.S. Open at Huntington Beach, California. Kai Lenny was a man on a mission, dominating both the long distance and sprint races, while Connor Baxter had a disappointing event, finishing fourth overall. CANDICE APPLEBY continued her reign, proving herself unstoppable. She swept both the long distance and sprints once again to secure her first ever world title.
I'm so grateful to be able to do the World Series this year for the first time and to make it a clean sweep my first three events and clinch the title early in California in front of my friends and family. That was just so awesome, such a dream come true.
The finals of the World Series headed to the fabled North Shore of Oahu at Turtle Bay. This was somewhat of a victory lap for Appleby, having already secured the world title at the U.S. Open. She faltered for the first time of the year in the long distance, finishing 8 minutes behind a spectacular performance from Fiona Wild. On day 2, Appleby was back in form, taking the sprint race and the overall win. Going into the finals, Connor would need an overall win to defend his world title.
Ended up catching a super sick wave on the outside all the way through and came up first, so.
He took the win in the long distance, setting up a dramatic sprint race to finish the series. Kai, who took second in the long distance, wasn't having it. Lenny showed up in top form once again at Turtle Bay, taking the win and securing his third racing world title and his 7th overall world title between racing and surfing.
I'm so grateful that I was able to secure the event win as well as the world title. I mean, I can't believe I'm already on my 7th world title. It's kind of surreal, and it hasn't really even sunk in yet.
The Stand-Up Paddle World Tour. It's the first professional league for the ever-evolving sport of stand-up paddle surfing. Competitors represent 15 nations, all vying for the highest title in paddle surfing, the world champion. The first stop for the men was Hawaii's Sunset Beach. Hawaii's own Kai Lenny entered this season as the defending world champion, and he picked up right where he left off, taking the win.
It was pretty crazy out there because you kind of had to just wait for a wave to come to you. You couldn't really hunt them down or use your normal lineups. It was quite victory at sea, but nonetheless really fun.
Brazil's Caio Vaz, second overall last year, finished second again in this event, laying down the groundwork for a season-long battle.
I'm excited. I could get some good ones in my heat and made through, so I'm excited to the next one.
Just down the road at the women's competition at Turtle Bay, defending champion IZZI Gomez had a shaky start to the season, finishing a disappointing third, while newcomer Shakira Westrop impressed the judges to secure a second-place finish.
It was challenging conditions out there, and then the last probably 10 minutes I just caught wave after wave on the head. I think I was this close to first as well, so yeah, I'm stoked.
And in an upset, French athlete Caroline Angibaude's breakout performance earned her the victory. In Tahiti, it was just the men. Kai Lenny showed an uncharacteristic weak spot and dropped out of competition early. Kyle Vaz took his chance to pull ahead and claim second once again, grasping the overall points lead. Maui's Zane Schweitzer outdid himself with an emotional and career-best performance to take the victory here.
Oh, it felt good to be back in the water at Sofianus. Beautiful place, stoked to be here.
That brings us to Huntington Beach, California for the U.S. Open. Poanaki Raioa, a young talent from Tahiti, showed the potential for his profound talent, taking the title here at the U.S. Open and finishing third overall for the year, while Zane Schweitzer and Kyle Vaz battled it out for the overall title. Kyle Vaz's consistently strong style earned him his first world title ever, taking the trophy Lenny was hoping to take home a third consecutive year.
Oh man, I can't believe I won. Yeah, actually, like Rocky just said, the new world champion. I'm like, yeah, that's me, man. I'm so happy.
Defending champion Izzy Gomez showed up in top form.
Today was just kind of fun and no nerves and just go out there and have a good time.
Woo!